What if the stars are sending us visitors, and one is zooming toward Earth right now? Remember Oumuamua, that weird space rock from 2017 that some experts said could be an alien spaceship? Well, get ready, there's a new one called 3I Atlas. And it might be even stranger. Could it be carrying alien life? Let's dive in and find out why this has everyone buzzing.
It exhibited a push away from the sun by some mysterious force because there was no evaporation, no cometary tail around it, no dust, no gas. So the question was, what is pushing it?
It all started this summer when NASA's Hubble telescope snapped pictures of 3I Atlas on July 21st. What they saw was wild. Instead of looking like a regular comet with a long tail of dust blowing away from the sun, this thing had a bright glow right in front, facing the sun. It's like a flashlight shining ahead as it speeds along. Normal comets heat up near the sun, their ice turns to gas, and that makes a tail pointing backward. But not this one, no tail, just this glowing spot that doesn't make sense. And now fresh data from the James Webb Space Telescope in early August backs this up. JWST spotted gases like carbon dioxide, water, and carbon monoxide swirling around it, forming a fuzzy cloud called a coma. That's comet stuff, sure, but the mix is off. The carbon dioxide is way higher than water, like 8 times more. Only one other comet acts this freaky, and scientists call it a weirdo. Is this just an oddball from space, or a sign of something built to handle weird chemistry? Experts first thought it was dust boiling off, but when they checked how the light fades away from the center, it was all wrong. Comet light usually dims slowly, like the sun setting gently. This one's light drops off fast, like turning off a lamp. Sunlight bouncing off dust can't do that. It looks like the light is coming from inside the object itself. That's when Harvard scientist Avi Loeb jumped in. He's the guy who thinks outside the box. He said, what if 3I Atlas is making its own energy? And in his latest blogs this month, he even gave it a score, a 6 out of 10 on his Loeb scale for being alien tech. That's halfway to calling it a probe. He argues the sharp glow fits a central power source, not scattered sunlight. This idea changes how big we think it is. If it's just reflecting sun rays, it has to be huge, about 20 kilometers across, as wide as a big city. But new readings from NASA's Sphere X telescope in mid-August suggest it might be even bigger, up to 40 kilometers, like the size of Manhattan or bigger. Stuff that size from other stars is super rare. We'd see one like that maybe once every 10,000 years. The math doesn't favor it. But if it's powering its own glow, it could be small, like the length of a football field. A tiny thing shining that bright, that's not normal for a rock. It needs some kind of engine inside, stronger than anything nature usually makes. Why such a giant if natural? Or is the size a clue it's built to carry something big, like tech or even life? How strong is this glow? Loeb did the math. It's putting out 10 gigawatts of power. That's like 10 big nuclear power plants running full blast. Here on Earth, that could light up whole countries. In space, it's a huge deal for something so small. Imagine if it's a reactor core keeping systems alive, or maybe even aliens warm. But what's fueling it? Loeb checked every normal idea, and none fit perfectly. He keeps pushing. Even if it's a comet, why not keep our eyes open? Like crossing a street with a car coming, better to watch. First, could it be a mini black hole inside, leaking energy? No, that would only make a tiny bit of power, like less than a light bulb. Not enough. Next, maybe it's glowing radioactive junk from an exploded star. Sounds cool, but space isn't full of that stuff. The chance of it flying by us now is like winning the lottery twice. Then the usual comet explanation, ice turning to gas. But the light fade is too sharp, not soft like real comets. It's like a cliff drop, not a slow hill. In JWST's gas ratios, they scream not from around here. High CO2 could mean it's from a star system with different recipes, or maybe engineered to hide as a comet. So Loeb goes for the big one. What if it's not a rock at all? What if it's built by aliens, like a spaceship with a nuclear motor? That would explain the strong glow from the center, like a reactor humming away. The hazy light around it could be space dust it picked up over years, now burning off near our sun. And check its path. It's not random. It zipped past Earth, but the sun blocked our view at the closest point, and it heads to Mars on October 3rd, super close at just 0.19 AU, where we have rovers poking around. After that, to Jupiter, the giant planet. It's like it's checking out our worlds one by one. Scouting? Mapping? Loeb ties this to the dark forest idea. Space is like a scary wood, where aliens hide so they don't get attacked. Maybe this is a quiet scout, watching us without saying hi. And here's the wild part. What if it's carrying alien life? Maybe tiny germs frozen in that icy comma. Or even a probe with living things to study us. If it's from another star, who knows what hitchhikers it has? Some folks online whisper about signals picked up, like Morse code saying we're on our way. True or not, the weird gases certainly make you wonder. If Loeb is right, this could be dangerous. Think about history. In 1908, something exploded over Russia in Tunguska, flattening trees for miles. Scientists say it was a space rock. But what if stuff like that is alien? Or the dinosaurs 66 million years ago. A big hit from space wiped them out with dust blocking the sun. Now, imagine that's on purpose from a nuclear-powered thing. One blast could match the Hiroshima bomb every few seconds. It could fry cities, knock out power, and cover Earth in smoke. The whole world would be dark in 30 minutes. Scary, right? And some theorists link it to Mars. Why the close flyby? Maybe checking old nuke scars from an ancient war that blasted life there. If it's a probe, is it friendly or scouting for a fight? This isn't the first time we've wondered about aliens. Oumuamua was cigar-shaped and sped up without a tail, like it had sails or thrusters. Loeb said it might be a probe from extraterrestrials, maybe a light sail catching starlight to zip around. Then Borisov came in 2019, more like a comet, but still from afar with odd bursts. And don't forget the WOW signal in 1977, a strong radio burst from space that looked like a message. No one explained it, or all those UFO reports the government talks about now, like Pentagon videos of flying Tic Tacs. What if 3I Atlas is part of that? A visitor with life on board, checking if we're ready to meet them? Recent telescope pics from James Webb show it's got gases like comets. But the mix is off. Tons of CO2, not much water. Weird for our solar system, perfect for something alien. And online folks rate it high on alien scales, saying its speed and path scream not natural. Keep watching. On October 29th, it'll swing closest to the sun, maybe bursting with more gas or revealing hidden tech. That's called perihelion. That's when heat cranks up. Will water gush out, fixing those ratios, or will it speed up weirdly like Oumuamua? Telescopes like Hubble and Webb are locked on, but it'll hide behind the sun out of sight. Perfect blind spot for a sneaky move, some say. NASA wants more missions to chase these visitors before they zip away forever. So, is 3I Atlas just a funky space rock, or proof aliens are out there, and maybe bringing life with them? Loeb says we should keep watching, especially when it gets closest to the sun in October. It might light up more or show signs of life waking up. Me? I think it's natural, but the odd stuff makes me wonder. What about you? Is this an alien ship with creatures inside, or the start of something bigger, like Oumuamua's follow-up? Tell me what you think in the comments. What if it's alive? Hit subscribe and the bell so you don't miss updates. Space is full of secrets, and this one might change everything.